Hey everyone, I wanted to talk today about thought and presence because thoughts, thinking can get quite a bad rap when it comes to a conversation about reality because it looks like thoughts are solely responsible for our suffering. So all our sense of lack or inadequacy or alienation, separation is all a created reality made from thought. And so it can look like, well, the way to live in peace, the way to realize the freedom that we are, the beingness that we are, is to get rid of thought. And then we'll be fine because then there won't be a created reality and we'll be free. But if we consider that really so much of our behavior is about getting rid of thought, because thought can be unbearable, can't it? That repetitive loop of self-criticism, self-blame, anger at them, um, internalization and personalization of everything that's going on, and the stress that creates in the body, the tension and the resistance, the feeling of unease. And so behavior, in order to try to find some relief, behavior is driven to calm or suppressing, really, we could say, that those thoughts, just to give the body, the mind, some space. And that is the origin of all addiction, isn't it? It's the origin of all patterns of behavior that are desperately seeking that blank space, that absence of rumination, that absence of tension, mental tension, physical tension, to try to regain what we are, try to discover the underlying peace of our being. But that's only really creating more problems, because what's that's doing is suppressing, really suppressing the capacity of mind, so that yes, there's peace, but it's a numbed peace. It's temporary. it's it's coming through a pretty much a mechanical, through substance, through drugs, through alcohol, through pills, um, or distraction, or numbing through TV or sex or exercise, numbing or distracting, mechanically suppressing this rumination of mind temporarily. And then when that thing isn't in place anymore, wham, up comes the mind, up it goes again. And often now, dealing with apparently worse problems than before, because the mode of distraction, so the pills have created side effects, or the numbing techniques have created hangovers, or problems in relationships, or problems in careers, or the distraction is building up debt or building wear and tear on the body. So the behavior to suppress is only creating more stuff to suppress. And yeah, I think maybe all of us recognize that cycle to some extent. So we're not talking about the absence of thought in this conversation about suffering and reality. We're talking about really the transcendence of thought, the transcendence of mind. so that mind isn't anymore the dictator that it believes itself to be, this or would-be dictator that would try to control everything, that would try to only have certain emotions, only have certain experiences, only have these people talk in a certain way to us, only have success, only have acceptance, only have devotion and love and popularity. And, this mind that is trying to clamp down this world so that it's the way that it must be in order for it to be okay. That mind has to, for peace, for genuine peace, the peace that we really are, to be revealed, that mind has to just be understood for what it is, which is a creator, not a controller, not a decider, not a doer, a creator, an imaginer, a conceptualizer. That's what it is. And when it's understood for that, then it can do its own thing. So when that whole circus, that whole landscape, that whole reality is seen from the perspective of an incredible fabrication, which it is an incredible creation of imagination. Nothing has to change in it. Nothing has to be suppressed. There's nothing to distract from. There's nothing to numb. There's just marvel, really, at what the mind creates. And that's transcendence of mind. It's no longer, we're no longer in it somehow. We're not lost inside this rabbit warren of thought. The perspective broadens. So what we are is no longer this sort of mini Playmobil figure, this sort of cartoon character in this reality. We're the observer. What we are is the space in which this is all happening. And then thought is not, from that perspective, there's nothing wrong with thought. Thought is awesome. Thought is magical. Just as the body is magical, the thoughts are this gift for creation and for moving into the world and for understanding and for bringing things together and for articulation. And it's a magical thing, thought. Impossible really to get our heads around, like, what even is it? Where is it? But it's not something that has to be shut away. And this is the really interesting thing. While we are in that content, thought is unbearable. Life, in many respects, is unbearable. Other people are unbearable. Ourselves are unbearable, because none of it is how it should be. All of it is a daily reminder of lack and inadequacy and of conflict and stress. But when thought is understood, it does its thing and it's fine. There's nothing to change. And so it means that instead of this battle with thought going on, in which, with the numbing techniques and distraction, suppression, we're trying to, in a way, we're forcing the mind back in its evolution, back to when thought wasn't the agile miracle creator, when it just wasn't even there, maybe, back down the evolutionary chain, trying to suppress it. We're trying to be less than we really are. When we zone out in the TV, when we drink the wine, when we, do whatever we do to have to feel okay, we're at odds with the mind. But when it's understood, when it's transcended in the sense that we know ourselves to be more, infinitely more, profoundly more than this little collection of busy, buzzing ideas, then there's acts, or then the peace that we really are, the freedom that we really are, is revealed, and it infuses the thoughts, it infuses the beliefs, and they lose their power, and they can just be there like clouds in the sky. Makes no odds. They have no power anymore. The power that they used to have was because they were so compelling, so believed, so misunderstood. So it's not thoughts that are causing the problem, it's the identification with them. It's the belief that we are what they say we are, and that others are what thoughts say they are. Yeah, thank you for that. Lots of love. Bye.